Ramble.
No.
Pencils down. Pencils, motherfucker.
Pencils down.
Here we go. Another Ramble, baby. We're here. 281, me thinks it is. And
I think so.
So, Cody, maybe we can get a promotion out of him. Cody, show that motherfucker again. Maybe they'll sponsor us. Cody is drinking a Fort Worth-made, sweet-made, sour pickle beer.
Best made. Don't say sweet made. That makes it sound weird.
Ooh, that is best made. Sweet made. Best made sour pickle beer. How about that? And Cody's just tastes like pickle juice, Cody says.
Tastes like pickle juice.
Which I love. I love good old pickle juice. I love olives and olive juice.
Yeah.
Black olives can fuck off a little. But green olives?
Black olives can fuck off all the way. And then green olives can fuck off just as much as the black olive.
So, Jerry, they actually have a spicy version of this, too.
Andrea, there's a spicy version of the pickle juice beer.
Ugh. I don't like beer or pickles.
Andrea's all in. I like pickles, not beer. I used to have a pickle every day at lunch because it had those big ass dill pickles you could get at my elementary school. I would eat that motherfucker. I would suck on the fucking little baggie it came in to get the juice out.
Ugh.
Delicious. Oh shit. Andrea got her Athleta in. She's dancing around in her.
So here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to show you here, because this is just limited to where I live and what my.
Did you get a haircut, or are you rocking a ponytail?
No, I've got a haircut.
Wow.
I think you and I, Eddie, we should have worn the same outfits that we wore yesterday to fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
And Cody should have had the same outfit on too, because Friday it's going to look weird. Friday's going to be a blast from the past now, is what Friday's going to be.
So these are in basically every convenience store in San Antonio, and I imagine in most Mexican places.
Those are great. I've eaten those pickles several times.
Just with some tongs next to it, and you just dig right in.
Yeah, boy. Woo!
No.
So I'm predisposed to enjoying this.
Tortured cucumbers.
Beer.
Poor tortured cucumbers.
Also, Jerry,
this
is apparently, maybe this is even a San Antonio thing and not necessarily a Mexican or a...
Yeah?
But like one of the biggest preferred movie snacks in San Antonio is a pickle.
No,
like
they have that at theaters in Dallas too. There would be a jar of pickle there. Yeah, a little pickle jar. I get a big. I can't do that. When I'm watching a movie, it's got to be popcorn. Everything else.
People like cracking pickles while you're trying to watch a movie.
It's too loud. Too fucking loud. But I've seen that.
Come on,
dude. Texas, we love our pickles.
Ugh.
Big old dill pickles, just like oh man.
It's that sort of sour, like there's sour candy, sour everything.
Woo!
So
I got homesick right now. I got homesick looking at that fucking beer. That's fucking good shit, man. Eddie, you got to get in on pickles and olives.
No, I do not. I'm not
missing.
missing out. I know what they taste like.
You can't even do olives on a pizza.
Fuck no. Fuck, olives are fucking gross.
Lemons. What are your thoughts on lemons?
Lemons on a pizza?
And anything. Are you a lemon guy?
I don't mind a little bit of lemon sprinkled on something, but like, who the fuck eats lemon just by itself?
Okay, I've done that because I love the taste of lemon. When I was
you
a
just
kid,
bite into a lemon?
Oh yeah, I used to make without the rind, but
that's what I'm saying. But just a piece of lemon.
I would take 2 whole lemons, squeeze them into a glass of water, and then take a fucking teaspoon of salt and mix that motherfucker up and drink it.
Why the salt, not sugar?
Because it was I wanted the opposite of lemonade. I wanted to go bitter, and it was fucking delicious.
Is that sort of like the Lucas kind of thing where you're like
Lucas Limon?
Yeah,
Lucas Limon, baby. That's Lucas Limon are these little packets with the duck with sunglasses on them, and it's a dried lime and lemon mixed with salt, and it's for tequila, really. But my cousins and I would just buy those packets, pop them open, and lick that shit all day.
They used to come in like these little like salt dispensers.
Yeah,
and like that's all I used just
put
like
that motherfucker on the tongue. Hell yeah, that's some good shit, Eddie. And so my mom would actually squeeze a lemon on her cheese pizza, and it tasted really good. I thought when I first saw it, I was horrified, and then I tried it. Something about it mixing with the tomato and the cheese, not half bad. She wouldn't put too much. A little bit of lemon on a pizza. Not bad. Surprisingly not bad. You wouldn't take that shot.
No. I don't want to risk the pizza. It's not worth the risk of the pizza.
A little slice? A small slice? A little sliver of a slice? Did you try it on the one man?
Maybe, but I would not go balls in and just do a whole pizza.
You wouldn't nut up like that.
No. No, I wouldn't risk the pizza. I wouldn't. I'm not that ballsy.
Oh, my mom didn't give a fuck about risking.
Oh,
pieces
she's a
of it.
player,
She
man.
Didn't
She's
give
a fucking
fuck.
straight up
I'm
player.
breaking this shit. I don't give a fuck. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs says, Pizza Hut, 1980s dine-in Pizza Hut, what a time to be alive.
Right.
He goes, Spurs, Mavs, 2013. I've been to a San Antonio a handful of times. I'm going to sound like an asshole that roots for more than just one team in a sport, but listen, I'm stuck with the Hawks, okay? They've had one superstar their entire existence. Dominique, cut me some slack. I like the Spurs. The main reason is Tim Duncan. He's a hard-hat athlete. I can dig it. Anyway, I guess it was 2013. I attended a Spurs-Mavs game in San Antonio. It was a great game that ended with an O.J. Mayo 3 rimming in and out for a San Antonio 92-91 win. The San Antonio Coyote is a cocaine nightmare. FYI, I can dig it. After the game, I shared a taxi ride with a very nice but very drunk Maverick couple. My stop was first, so they wound up paying for the whole fare. Go Spurs, go. Attached is a photo of the shirt I purchased that night, and it's a kick-ass Spurs basketball shirt with the number 21 on it. How about that?
Nice.
And then he says, to be fair, Jerry knocked over a special kid, and that's pretty bad. I ran over a child while on the set of a short film. I was a producer on the project, and the child actor wanted to play basketball with me, so I obliged. It essentially became the scene for the cable guy, and I was scolded by the set teacher, who was a dwarf. On that day, I was Shaq,
Jesus.
and I would not be denied. See, I get it. I get it, baby. Graham and Faye had a really funny meme. They sent me greetings from the Great White North fellow Ramblers. The first meeting with your oncologist you'd be like, and it's the scene from Avengers. When did you become an expert in oncology? Last night. It's going to have a whole new meaning to winning the retro way. Thank you, Graham and Faye, and thank you, Dustin. Look at that. Cody, a great story of both our basketball teams coming together in a friendly rivalry. See, Spurs, O.J. Mayo, the Spurs win. That Maverick
Mayo.
couple, they could have been a dick. They could have been a dick and said, fuck you, fucking Spurs. Instead, they paid his cat. Could you ever see that happening in Philly? If we went to Philly for a Cowboys, and the Cowboys won at the last second, and we're in a cab with Philly fans, think they would have paid our fare, Cody? Any chance of that?
No, I don't think that's how it would have worked out.
Eddie, what about you? Think if you were rocking a Chase Young jersey and
I've been at the vet in a Washington football team jersey, and I've experienced firsthand Philadelphia fans.
I told y'all my story, right? When my buddy and I went to the Monday Night Football game with Philly. Yep. They aren't the friendliest folk.
Now going back to Dustin's story about him being Shaquille O'Neal over a child.
Yeah.
And then you, of course, your famous story of swatting a special needs kid.
You know, here's
into the bleachers.
Can I say this real quick though? Like he was Shaquille O'Neal. I think sadly I was more Bill Laimbeer than that. Look at what wasn't that about? Like when the special needs kid shot a jumper, I didn't immediately run and put my foot under his so he could turn his ankle. Like I didn't do any of that. Like I didn't. I wasn't that.
But going back to what Dustin said, and then you agreed with him, like you can't be denied when that competitive instinct takes over.
You can't do it. It's nothing.
But is that only because you're staring down a special needs boy and he's staring down a child? Had you been staring down a 6'7", 240-pound athlete,
okay, I have a story.
with the competitive instinct taken over at that point?
I have a story. Do you mind if I share? And I'm not bullshitting.
Okay.
I swear.
No, go for it.
All right. So when my whole family's from Laredo, Cody might know this, that Laredo now has a college, the Texas A&M Laredo, whatever. They have a basketball team. My cousin Michael and I, damn it, I wish you were here. He was there. We played against the team. And it was several 6'5" dudes who were not white or Latino. You know what I mean? Like it was the real deal. And they were just warming up, these guys. And they split it. So my cousin and I, they needed a few people. And so my cousin and I played with 3 of them. And then 4 of them played with another random person who was there. It was the worst game I've ever had. I missed everything, okay? I missed it. And they were ballers enough that they had the people at the YMCA turn on the official scoreboard. They had a guy keeping score, and they had the timer going. And so it was my moment, Eddie and Cody. And I'm blowing this, guys. I'm blowing it. Every time they passed to me, I bricked. Every time. And so they just quit passing to me, right? And with I'm not making this up, with like 25 seconds left, we're down 5. And I'm wide open. And I remember the guy passed it to me, and right when he did, he went, "Oh shit!" Like he just saw me open.
He's like, it was just instinct was to pass it.
Right.
He's like, God
and
damn
look,
it!
I nailed that motherfucker. I nailed it. And then we're down 2 points. We're coming back. The dude who passed it to me steals the ball, runs up, and he points at me to stay at the 3-point line. He passes it again. I nail that motherfucker. We win by 1 point. And I did. It was so stupid.
He knew you got your groove back.
He knew I had my groove. And I did the Jason Terry fly, ran around. When that second one went in, I knew we were going to win. And I did the Jason Terry. I ran around like a fucking airplane. I did the jet. I have my jet.
Wow.
So now, the instinct is always there, baby. No matter what. No matter what. The instinct is, okay, wait.
I wish you had done that to the kid you swatted. That would have been amazing.
I should have done the Mutombo.
No.
But I know. So which would you be if you were with me? If you were with me, which one did you be more embarrassed to be my teammate for? The Bill Lambiering of special needs kid, or missing 8 shots, and then the last 2 I make were the game winners, and I do the Jason Terry with jet wings.
I think I would have been disappointed watching you swat the special needs kid, but I probably would have gone over to you and gone, "Hey, man, dude, let's just go. Let's just leave. You doing the airplane, you don't see me again. I'm not in the gym anymore." I'm like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm out of the fucking gym. He's fucking airplaning around the gym." After going 2 for 12.
Hey, those last 2 won the game. Cody, which one did you have been more embarrassed to have been my teammate for?
It has to be the Jason Terry thing.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
Because that's like, one is like you can equip, like if you do the first one, like you technically did a great job, right? You technically dominated.
Yeah.
But with the second one, you're acting as if you dominated the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's more embarrassing.
Now, look, I will say with the special needs guy, you all do know that for the first 10 minutes, I was doing the same thing my buddy Jeff was doing. Every rebound, I would give it to him. And then finally, I'm like, man, fuck, I just got angrier and angrier. And I was like, I don't want to just sit around. And a 2-on-2 should not just turn into a horse, but this guy's the only one who shoots the fucking ball.
So when you finally hit those 2 threes,
yeah,
did you have to like go back to those days and like summon the energy from the time that you dominated the special needs kid?
I did. That's how I did it. I remembered that moment. It was like in what was that Van Damme movie, Eddie, where he sees the ancient warriors, Bloodsport, when he sees the ghost of the. And I saw that.
You saw the ghost of the special needs kid.
I saw the ghost of the special needs kid, and then Mike goes, "Get the fuck out of here with that shit," and that's what made me
airplane.
And then I do the fucking Jason Terry. Eddie, you're right. I think I did go 2 for 12.
Can you imagine how fucking pissed the other players were on the other team?
The losing team was, and now the winning team. My teammates embraced the jet thing because they just wanted to rub it into their actual teammates that they.
Well,
beat them.
at that point, you're a mascot on the team.
Right.
At that point, you're the mascot. You're airplane and the dude with 2 for 12 just beat you. You're the mascot of the team. Right?
Oh man, absolutely. So both of you would have been more embarrassed for the jet wings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What is more embarrassing? The jet wings or the Jordan?
Or you just hold the hand for like
I just hold the hand up.
for like 5 minutes. Everyone's left the court. You're still standing there with the hand up.
Oh, fuck. All right, what would have been, more embarrassing. The jet wings, or I turn to the guy at the scorer's table and I do the... I do the Jordan shrug. Look.
You're like, who knew?
Who knew?
I was 1 for 8 going into this.
That's a total ringer move, though. You just brick the first 10.
To get to the point where you
leave you open.
To get to the point where your own two teammates lose confidence in you. That's how much you. That's how much you're sharking everybody.
That was the funniest.
He's like, shit.
He literally went shit. But he had the confidence. He directed me. On the way back, he's like, he points for me to stop, and he fucking, boom, nailed that motherfucker. And then that was that. And we won that game. That was the final point scored, baby. That was it. So that competitive fire is always.
Does that like technically count as a great sports moment in your life?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like, does it negate everything that came before it?
God, I talked to Audrey about this. She never believes me, but I've had pretty good games at the 24-hour fitness before COVID. And you played against dude who clearly played in college. You know what I mean? Like, these guys could fucking play.
Right.
And I've had some pretty good games. I think, sadly, my best game, though, was in high school. We were, it was just like, it was kids who were on the basketball team. We were in the gym, and we were just playing with buddies, right? And I think I had 12 threes. I was on fucking fire that game. And that was my best. But nothing will ever top that one, sadly. But I don't know, the Jet Wings is up there. That was, I came in when it mattered. I came in, I came through in the clutch.
Oh.
Is there anything, has that ever happened is there anything to compare, do you know of that? Is there any famous moment where like.
I think there's some NFL kicker probably missed like 5 field goals and then hit a game
nails
winner.
a game winner. That
nails
was
the
what
game
it was.
winner.
Like a chip shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like the Zendaya. So the fucking.
I know there's been times where like golfers have been so far ahead and then they just like double bogeyed the last hole,
right?
And to win the tournament. I mean, that's probably
pretty close,
somewhat embarrassing.
Like I have 8 strokes to give up. I'm fine. That was that was my. There it was. So there we go. A sad story. Hey, let's fuck it. Look at us. I like how both of you were more okay with me Bill Lambiering the special needs kid. Like literally dirty. Just Bill, you're fine with Bill Lambiering the special.
Because at that every point, everyone's like, "Look, I'm just embarrassed for you as an individual." But then, like when you're doing the Terry airplane, you're embarrassing everybody.
Everybody.
Like the whole thing has become a spectacle. It's one bad incident, and then you just turn the entire show into a spectacle.
Well, look at that. 18 minutes and 4 seconds. What a fucking intro. We did it. Oh, shit. Cody, let's play the song and sing along if you know it. If you know the words at home. Eddie, I think, you know what? Guys, this should have been, I think, in hindsight, in our finger bang top 5.
Oh.
Since you've been gone.
Oh, yeah.
Feel my life slipping away. I look to the sky. And everything is turning gray. All I made was one mistake. How much more will I have to pay? Why can't you think it over? Why can't you forget about the past? When love makes a sound, baby, a heart needs a second chance. Don't put me down, baby. Can't you see I love you? There we go. Huh?
Yeah.
So 38 special? Shit. Woo. Eddie, you 38 special guy?
I like 38 special.
Eddie and I both love 38 special. Cody's going to experience this some point soon for Take Me Back to Paradise. For doing the theme song to Revenge of the Nerds 2. Nerds in Paradise.
So good.
Right? Grab
So
your coat, honey, grab your hat. This train is leaving and it ain't coming back.
Oh,
That
so
is
good.
Woo! Where do you
So
put
good.
that? Where do you put that up against Holiday Road? Where do you put that up against I'm All Right?
Right?
Is it better? Is it better than all of them? 38 specials, Back to Paradise.
I don't know if it beats Holiday Road.
Holiday Road's tough.
Holiday Road's a classic. But
That's
it's up
tough.
there.
It's up there. It's fucking up there. Let's get to singing after this sad basketball story. So let's do the hat. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, guys. What hat would they wear?
Oof.
Oof, man, Eddie. Jesus Christ. Why don't you do the jet wings after that? After you play that?
I do it in my mind.
Yeah.
I do it in my mind.
I just love the idea of me hitting that, doing the wings. The other guys are celebrating with me, but Cody and Eddie are just already in the hallway. Like,
They're only celebrating because they're like, the guy that went 2 for 12 just beat you guys. To their other friends that they just beat.
because I was a special needs guy in this situation.
Yes! Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
We passed it to Corky and he hit the game winner. That's what happened.
He nailed 2 threes.
He nailed 2 threes to win, and now he's showboating. And everybody's like, oh, let him have it. That's what it is.
Oh, fuck. I should be more embarrassed by that one than
Yeah.
Bill Lambiering the kid. Oh, fuck. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Hall of Fame moment. What goes on to pro wrestling? He says Hulk Hogan teaming up with Mr. T. Eddie, your thoughts on that? Like it or not, a celebrity being involved in wrestling changed everything. I think they're fairly interchangeable, but Hogan and Mr. T main eventing Mania and starring in Rocky III was massive. Jesse and Rowdy Piper went on to Hollywood stardom, MTV Music Videos, Rock and Wrestling, Saturday Night Main Event. Wrestling was acceptable in the mainstream as entertainment. Without that, no one gives a shit about anything that comes after. Eddie, what do you think?
I mean, I could see the point where, like, that's the thing that changed wrestling.
Yeah.
Sort of. It sort of really injected it into the mainstream with
Dude, Cyndi
entertainment.
Lauper needs a lot of credit for that, too.
Yeah,
Cyndi
I mean,
Lauper-
that whole WrestleMania really sort of just put wrestling on the forefront
Yep.
of pop culture.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, that could be, I could see where you could make
I'm
that
with
argument.
Dustin. I like his argument. Sean Williams, hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Hall of Fame hat for the recent stuff would go to Taker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. In terms of old school classic, I'm going to go with Hogan versus Andre at WrestleMania 3 for the build-up, the hype, that we had absolutely no idea if Andre was going to put Hulk over. Pre-racist Hulk Hogan, of course. Colin Mag says, hey, Jerry, Eddie,
Mags.
and Cody.
Mags.
Hope I was doing okay this week. After all the Make-A-Wish Black Ops talk, I have to correct you. What they do is take all the boys, hire out a strip club, and have their own private tug-a-thon. If there's a girl on the list, they just turn it into a bukkake party. All right.
Oh, that's nice. That's
go.
great. Thanks, Mac.
I think maybe that's not true.
We don't know.
Jerry
We don't
coulda
know.
wished- we don't know. Jerry could have wished for a basketball game with the Showtime Lakers versus a local special basketball team, and he could take his greatest moment to a legendary event. Now Colin might change that, though. He might change that after hearing this new basketball story of mine.
Well, if you're going to act that way, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right?
You're going to start airplaning around the Showtime Lakers.
He says his hat, what else can it be? With the picture of Mick Foley with his tooth stuck in his nose after the Hell in a Cell match with Taker perfectly sums up the insanity, violence, and guts it draws us into the world of pro wrestling. Graham and Faye, Evil Commish saunders up to the Ramble Hall of Fame podium, a lone bowl of poutine and a tattered worn cap await. The cap reads, Le Coup Tordu de Montreal. The Montreal screw job. Oh, and he also says, Qu'est-ce que tabernacle, which is Quebecois for what the fuck. Le Montreal screw job. Don Henley's End of Innocence begins.
That's, that pulled the curtain back.
Boy, did it ever.
Yeah.
Man, Michael Werman.
Worms?
He says, fuck cancer. Thank you, Werman. Hall of Fame, Hogan versus Andre. The first 2 WrestleManias were family events back in the 80s, and Hulk versus Andre was the pinnacle. Damian Botriel. Bots. Good day, Ramblers. Damian Botriel back like the Ultimate Warrior running in at WrestleMania. Honorable mention for the Hall of Fame wrestling moment goes to the sitting ringside at the WWE show in Melbourne, Australia. Wow. In 2015 for a fight between Triple H and Ric Flair. Flair whipped Hunter into the barricade right in front of me. Teenage slapped my hand on Hunter's baby oil soaked shoulder. Hall of Fame wrestling moment goes to HBK retiring the Nature Boy with the mega famous tears in HBK's eyes. I'm sorry. I love you. Super kick. Ooh, that's a great one. Joe Capone, Hat Game Wrestling. The moment that hooked me for life was Flair beating Harley Race for the 10 pounds of gold instead of Steel Cage at Starcade 83. I'd been a casual fan for about a year, but once I saw the bloodied Flair emerge victorious, I consumed any and all wrestling for the next 20 years. Eddie, your moment.
I got to go back to, I mean, there's so many moments, especially in the Attitude Era, and then of course the Rock and Wrestling era.
Yep.
But still, to me, the moment when like I watched wrestling and I still, when you still thought it was real.
Yep.
When Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant.
That's
and
mine.
Just the whole place just exploded.
That's
and
mine.
You're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in sports.
Yeah, that's mine too, because especially how Hogan goes for it at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, it hurts his
Andre
back.
And it was like, whoa. And I remember too what made me, because mine was obviously like the Kamala story I told as being a little kid.
Yeah.
And my dad just selling the kayfabe and letting me be scared of Kamala. That started the love of it, and the Von Erichs, obviously, because they were just unreal back then, especially big. But I still thought wrestling was just something that me and the people at the Sportatorium enjoyed.
Right.
But everyone was talking about Hogan
that.
body slamming
And
Andre.
the Andre Hogan match was not a good match.
No, it wasn't.
It was
It's
a terrible
kind of-
match.
It's a terrible match.
That moment was amazing.
Yeah, it just because I think it was because Andre was just they didn't know what was going to happen, right? Andre was just
and
calling
Andre
it as
was
it
at the Andre was at the end. He could
Yep.
barely move.
Yeah.
And it's two big guys that were never great wrestlers.
Right,
That are
right.
going at it. So it's just like you didn't get much out of it other than the hype and build up to it, and then the spectacle of the body slam.
I mean, what leads to the body slam was so stupid. They just bump into each other,
Yeah.
fall down, and then that's when Hogan hulks out. Like it was like what? Like
Yeah,
just
it's
weird.
not a
Like,
good match, but that moment is one of the greatest moments of all time.
unreal. Cody, what's yours, man?
So it's what we heard a lot, which is Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in the Cell.
God,
But
so good.
if we're talking specific moment, it is when Mick Foley goes flying off of the top of the cell onto the table below, which is just the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think that was for guys Eddie and I's era. That was the next Andre slamming Hogan. Hogan slamming Andre. That was the next thing.
That was the moment everybody talked about.
Yeah.
People who didn't watch wrestling knew about that
We're
moment.
like, what the?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember watching that with my buddies, and we were just like, whoa, they really did that. Holy shit! Like it was just crazy. I mean, and that was that. For someone, a kid, when you have Terry Funk run out and you have the Vince McMahon runs out in the stretcher, you're thinking this is fucking real. You know what I mean? As a
Well,
kid,
you didn't.
you're
You
like-
really didn't know. Even as like I was in my late
Right.
20s or mid 20s watching that match, going,
and you're like, what the fuck? Like, yeah,
I know they planned it, but
man,
he's got to get hurt. He must have gotten hurt and taken a bad fall for them to bring everybody out like this.
Yes, man. And what was that line apparently that something like Vince McMahon told him after the thing, like, thank you for what you've done to this business, but you're never doing this shit again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's it.
And then you find out later that like that chair fell through and the cage broke. It wasn't supposed to break that
Oh
way.
yeah, when he fell through the cage, it was like it wasn't supposed to break.
That was the Undertaker said, I thought Mick died. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Undertaker thought, I thought, you could see there's this look on his face for half a second where he's like, uh-oh. And he really thought Foley was dead. That was fucking crazy.
Insane. And then you throw thumbtacks into the end. Like, what the fuck is happening? It's an insane
Fucking
match.
Insane. That was unreal.
And he
That
climbed the
was like-
cage with a separated shoulder.
with the separated shoulder.
He got thrown off the cage, got stretchered out, climbs back up with a
back
separated
up.
shoulder, gets thrown through the cage,
through it.
and then the chair knocks him out. The chair bounces off the mat and knocks him out and hits him in the head, and he
that's
actually
when
legitimately gets knocked out.
Foley supposedly has no memory, right, of that match.
Yeah, because
Is
that
right?
chair
Yeah.
knocked him out.
Fucking.
And then
unbelievable.
Undertaker brings the thumbtacks out. I'm like,
Yes.
what the? Or he brought the thumbtacks out, and then
Yes.
Undertaker threw him into him. Crazy.
God. Fucking unreal. All right, so for Ramble 282, we're gonna reverse this. We're gonna go. What's the worst one? What goes on to the worst moment in wrestling's Hall of Fame hat?
Oh.
What is the worst?
Well, I think you sent me a clip a couple of days ago. I think we can both agree is probably the worst moment.
Wait, can we show that?
Which
Yeah.
one? I mean, is it something that I might be thinking about?
I don't know. You're probably too young for this. But wow.
Wait, could you argue it's the greatest moment that the guys after that had to sell that thing?
The way they sold it was great.
It could be argued it's the greatest moment.
It
in
might be
wrestling
the
history.
same thing because this was not during my time, but I've very much seen it. And been
It's the
aware of it.
introduction of the Shocker.
The Shockmaster.
Yeah.
The Shockmaster.
With
Yeah.
just a silver glitter stormtrooper helmet.
And then he trips.
Can we watch that real quick?
We should watch that.
Is that watchable? That is up there.
But then the way they have to sell it afterward. I mean,
I think Sid Vicious Apollo 13's that, doesn't he? He takes it from the darkest hour to their darkest moment to their finest hour. Sid Vicious and Harlem Heat.
They duct taped the shit out of that moment.
That was Booker T and Stevie Ray, wasn't it? With
Yeah,
Sid Vicious?
I think
that
so.
was Harlem. I know that was Booker T for sure. Like, I didn't see it. Like,
Oh, hold on. I might have forgotten to share audio. Hold on 1 second.
The acting done in there to get out of that mess.
I mean, Sid Vicious brings it. I mean,
you throw Meryl Streep in there, she's done. She has no idea what to do. She
she's
can't handle that.
Streep as fuck.
She-
Tom Hanks runs.
She falls apart. Meryl Streep falls apart in that moment.
Sid Vicious holds it together, motherfucker.
Could you make the argument Sid Vicious is a better actor than Meryl Streep?
Yes. Cody, your thoughts?
Oh,
Look
for
at
sure.
Look at the way Sid handles this.
As promised. Hey, no. I want you to shut your stinking mouth.
Uh-oh.
You to shut up. And you do me. Hey, you shut your stinking mouth. Hey, they're going to tell us before you get carried away who their special tag team partner is. Brother.
So many legends in this scene to have this happen.
Hall of Famers, all of them.
Hall of Famers.
If you was as smart as you act like you are,
Look at that. Look at that.
This close to war game.
Could Meryl Streep do that?
No, not on her best day.
I'm talking. No, you shut up. I'm talking. What
You should wear that. You should wear a British Bulldogs jacket when you play basketball, Jerry.
Yes, I'm gonna do that. Rock the Davy Boy Smith cape, baby.
Tell the people who
Uh-oh.
the partner is gonna be. All I have to say is our partner is going to shock the world.
Backs to the camera, guys. Way to go. Backs to the camera.
He's shock master.
Backs to the camera.
It falls right.
He's like, oh, how do I get out of this?
Look at Sid Vicious.
I don't give a damn who you are.
Meryl Streep's done.
That's just-
She's left.
Look at Booker T's face selling it.
That rules the world. They call me the Shockmaster.
This is so
Ruled
bad.
The world long enough, Sid Vicious. Get ready. Come on.
Look
you
at
want a piece of me?
He's showing
Want a
fear.
piece of
You
me?
buy that.
Look at that fear.
Come after me, Sid. I'm ready. Along with Davy Boy, Sting, and Dusty.
He sounds like the Inspector Claw. I mean, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Gadget.
Gadget, I'll get you next time.
Until then,
He fell through the wall.
His helmet
His
just flopped around.
helmet came off.
I mean, do
No
we even
way.
need to do the thing next week? I mean,
I have a candidate though. I have one that is equally as we'll see.
We'll see.
But
We'll
that's
see.
Shockmaster.
I think that could be the best moment in sports in wrestling.
That might be the best. I mean, again, Sid Vicious, the way he rescues that. Jesus, the lifeline Sid Vicious throws with his acting.
I mean, that's genuine fear he's showing.
Like you said, Meryl Streep is done.
No, she can't.
She's out.
Can't handle
Out.
that.
She taps out. I mean,
What are they? I mean, a stormtrooper helmet glitter spray painted. That's the gimmick. You can't just throw a hood on him or something.
you know what's funny? It's what Vince McMahon did to that guy was less embarrassing. Do you know what Vince McMahon did to that same wrestler, Cody? He called him Tugboat Thomas, and he made him dress like a little kid sailor outfit, and he would stand in the ring and go, hoot, hoot. That is less embarrassing than the Shockmaster. Once that Shockmaster happened, Vince was like, I got this guy. Okay,
I can do anything I want to
I'll
this
do
guy.
anything I want to this guy. I'm gonna dress him up like a 2-year-old sailor.
Literally, like pictures you get at Sears and Roebuck.
Yes.
In front of like the ocean backdrop. He was dressed like a 3-year-old.
He just had white pants,
Sailor.
red and white striped tank top and a little sailor hat, and he was Tugboat Thomas. That's what Vince did to that poor guy. Oh, fuck.
But after the shocker, you can do anything.
You can do whatever you want after. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's get to more singing and playing, Cody. We got to do this. Let's rock this.
Open, close, and encore.
That's what I'm doing. I'm jet winging this. Oof, man. Jet winging that one. Wow. This was the Jeffersons. Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, or just Starship. You pick any combination. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, pretty much stuck with Airplane. He did Uncle Sam's Blues, White Rabbit, and Somebody to Love. Second Cable Guy reference this email. Sean Williams, open close encore to go with Starship with We Built This City all across the board. Right? But not for reasons you think. It's because they won't make it past the opening act because the whole crowd will just beat them over the heads with their own instruments. Side note, no, they think We Built the City is an 80s music kidney stone. I would gladly die on this hill when I say I'd rather crazy glue my dick to a burning building than never hear that song ever again. Ramble the fuck on.
City.
And Cancer can fuck right the fucking hell off. Sean Williams, author, writer, podcaster, idiot, and more importantly, full-on rambler. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate the kind words.
We built this city.
And I kind of like We Built This City. I kind of like that. I mean, I know it's a bad song.
I don't turn it off if it comes on.
I don't turn it on. I don't turn it off. Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the. What's more embarrassing, that or the fucking hey, here we are, the city never really, city by the bay, the stupid DJ part of that song. Anyway, Graham and Faye. There you go. Jefferson Airplane from Wikipedia, not to be confused with Jefferson Starship. They open with White Rabbit. Then they go Jefferson Starship from Wikipedia, not to be confused with Jefferson Airplane or Starship. They close with Jane. Then they go with Starship, not to be confused with Jefferson Starship. Encore, Rock Myself to Sleep. Nitpicker's note. April Wine did it way better 1 year later. Also, maybe it's one of the cases how my brain works, but they sure look different than how I pictured the band in my mind all these years. I mean, who knew half the band was female and living on their Upper East Side? Hashtag the more you know. And he shows a picture of the cast of the Jeffersons. So there we go. Michael Werman, open, close, encore,
Worms.
White Rabbit, Airplane, Worms. You close with Starship's Jane. Jefferson Starship's Jane. You encore with We Built This Shitty Starship. Let's debunk the notion of the worst song ever. That was a thing back in the early 2000s, way before we were introduced to Justin Bieber, BTS, PSY, and Ed Sheeran.
It's all about context, baby.
Yes, it is. I think it's safe to say that Starship never has anything to worry about again. Nice. Shots fired. Grady W. Smithy III, Airplane should open with White Rabbit, close with Somebody to Love, and then Jefferson Starship can encore with Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now because it's the only good song from the Starship era. Damian Bottriell.
Bots.
You open with We Built This City, close with We Built This City. After 20 minutes of crowd chanting encore, they come back for We Built This City.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Bam.
the concert.
That's it. He's not really reading or playing a thing in the moment. I've been on a WCW fix lately, so watching the Monday Nitros when the NWO started, my top 5 for bands established pre-80s that didn't embarrass themselves as I was only born in 88. I can't confidently say any of the band history looks fondly, might not have had a slight hiccup. Though I will say, Jerry, I watched the Bee Gees documentary, fucking tremendous. My dad is a big fan. They've always been a part of the soundtrack to my life. Probably my number 1 for the list. Hope my Ramblers are staying safe. Jerry, we love you. Eddie, we cherish you. Cody, you're okay, I guess. Later,
there you go.
Damian Bottriell. Cody, you're growing on
Gee,
him.
thanks.
You're growing on him, Cody. You're growing on him. I'm telling you. Joe Capone says you open with Somebody to Love. You close with Don't Slip Away. You encore with White Rabbit. I had him open with White Rabbit. Then you close with Miracles. If only you believe in miracles. Then you encore. And Eddie, who's not finger banging, and we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Shit. Kim Cattrall, Mannequin, are you kidding?
Dude, in the hammock, in the fucking hammock.
Woo!
Come on.
Come on. Eddie, what's yours?
I open with Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. And I close with White Rabbit.
Nice.
And then encore, We Built This City on rock.
There we go. Look at that. Cody, did you rock the Jeffersons?
I didn't, but it would be probably some combination of Eddie's in some order,
Yeah.
I think. There's really not a ton of options here.
There's also Somebody to Love. Somebody to
White
Love's a
Rabbit,
great tune,
Somebody
too.
to Love. Don't you want,
Want
Jane,
somebody to love?
you think it's all over for you and me.
And of
girl.
course, we built this
This
city.
city. Sarah? Cody, you know Sarah. Sarah.
Sarah.
No time is a good time for... You know that one, Cody.
Doesn't sound
Right?
familiar.
Stop it. No, Sarah's a jam. I never thought I'd find a girl like... Anyway, I guess it's time to listen and read books and play video games, guys.
Yeah.
Oh. Here it is.
Why not?
I'm reading books. I'm playing video games. Bring your pussy over here.
Oh.
I'm reading books and playing
Eddie?
games.
Oof. Man. Wow. You know, I talked about this in one of my Twitch streams, how when I saw Weird Al live the second time,
Yeah.
he did a song that he's never, ever done on record.
Live. Right.
Live.
Or
He's
never
done
done.
on
Never.
studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I forgot how it went, but he's singing a song about a deli and like all the things they offer, right?
Yeah.
And he's something, but he's like, and he goes, but there's, what does he say? There's one thing that they'll serve up all night, dun dun dun. It's chicken pot pie, bum 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 bum, huge pie. It's fucking great. Ba-da-dun. It was huge pop. You can imagine the pop, Eddie, from the theater, right?
Enormous.
Huge
Enormous.
pop.
Enormous.
Everyone's laughing. We're loving it, cheering. McCartney, because he's a strict vegan, doesn't allow him to do it. And Weird Al, except McCartney's a fan of Weird Al's. He even said you could do any song of mine you want, but he
Right.
didn't allow that one because of his strict veganism. He didn't want the butchering of chickens to be, And
that
so
seems
Weird Al
insane to me.
respected it.
That seems
I know.
absolutely insane.
But my question to you is, has Weird Al ever come to you wanting to parody one of your harmonica songs?
No, he's never. We've had multiple conversations.
Okay, right.
And we always come to the same agreement. And then he's the one who ends up backing out. I give him my blessing,
Right.
and then he goes off. He's going to take one of my songs. He does it, and then he'll cut it. He'll send it to me. That's when I think I'm like, oh, this is great. This is fun. This is classic Weird Al.
right,
This
right.
is the next great Weird Al parody.
Deal, duh.
And last minute, he'll pull the plug on it and go, you know what? I can't make any of your music a parody. I can't
right.
put that out there.
Right.
Your music needs to be taken seriously and cherished and not made fun of.
And he had no problem writing Prince parody after Prince parody, hoping he gets it.
No. But
Wow.
I've given him my blessing. He
Sure.
can't do it himself. He
Right,
can't
right. That's
bring himself
Yeah.
to make a
Woo.
parody of my music.
Cody, does that surprise you at all?
No, not at all.
Nah, I can't. It can't.
I just assumed that already. I didn't think you needed to explain it.
Right.
A lot of people blame me for it. A lot of
Of
people
course,
blame me
you're
for
the
it.
bad guy. You're the
They think I'm the Paul McCartney in this situation. I'm
Right.
not. I don't. I gave
Yeah.
him my blessing. It's Weird Al,
Hey,
but he won't do it.
right. Colin Mags?
Max?
Currently reading the full Marvel Civil War storyline with all the offshoot titles. So much more storyline than was given in the movie. Hearing about Jerry's loaded Genesis and Super Nintendo systems makes me want one of those. We'll have to find a UK version. Would recommend Buster Douglas Boxing on the Genesis. Not the best boxing game, but it's fun. And the ridiculous bodies in the boxers crack me up. Plus all the old Madden and hockey games would be great. The games I've loved to hunt down are not on console, but I love them when I used to play them on my old Spectrum are Rockstar Ate My Hamster and How to Be a Complete Bastard. Rockstar Ate My Hamster is a comedy game where you attempt to manage a band artist out of a selection of comedy characters like Izzy has been, whilst they do their best to make you bust or just be dicks. It's great fun. The other is basically, as it says you're someone at your party and you set up pranks and do despicable things. Basically, be a bastard. Not played either since my teens. Would love to play them again. Very nice. Y'all can see me on Twitch most nights of the week, except for Saturdays, twitch.tv/RetroRocha at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Cody joins me on Monday. This past Monday, we did Monday Night Football, where we picked Italian teams. I felt bad. I had no idea the Italian team I picked. So Cody got jumped off to it. He beat the shit out of me in the first game. We were two teams from, where were we, Cody? Croatia or something? No.
Turkey.
We played two Turkish teams, and Cody stomped me 3-1. No, 3-2, right? Because I got like a garbage time goal at the very end. And then
Did you airplane after it?
Oh, baby. And then we played 2 Italian teams, and Cody got to a 1-0 lead. I was able to tie it 1-1, ended in a tie, but I felt guilty because the team I picked apparently is a mega racist fascist team who now signed Mussolini's great-grandson to play on.
Wow.
So that was...
Does Mussolini's great-grandson hold the same beliefs as his great-grandfather?
I bet he does. I wouldn't be if he joins that team. Literally, there's a racist soccer team in Italy, I guess. And
Wow.
So there we go. And that's sadly who I picked, regrettably. But you can see us Monday nights as we do Monday Night Football, all that good shit. Eddie, you playing anything? You reading anything?
No, but going back to was it Matt Collins' point about he's reading the Civil War?
Yep.
The comic book arc of Civil War.
Yep.
It's a great arc, but I don't think I think the MCU did it justice in
There's no
the
way
film
they could have
version.
done all that. Yeah.
That would have been an entire phase to do Civil War.
I think more.
It would have been multiple movies.
That's 10 fucking movies.
To try to, I think they took the spirit of Civil War, and made it into one film.
And at least they gave you the money shot of that one cover of Iron Man blasting while Cap has a shield.
Yes, they gave you a couple of money shots. Yeah, they did that. But it's great. And plus, Tony Stark is such an asshole in that arc.
In the comic, he's a prick. Yep.
You couldn't have done that to Robert Downey Jr.
No.
And people. It would have been too much.
That's true. Yep.
But it's a great read.
It is. Fuck yeah. Cody, you reading anything? You playing anything?
No, just the game that we played. I actually played a little bit of FIFA earlier in the week.
Nice.
Just to I knew we might play that, so I tried to dust up on my skills. But yeah.
You know what I discovered that's really fucking good? I got to shout out to my homie Vince at the Radiohead. I forgot what his full handle is, but he's the one who jacked up my systems. Dude, Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. I'm going to say it. Better than the arcade.
Donkey Kong for Game Boy.
Yeah, it's...
The old original Game Boy, the black and white?
And there's a Donkey Kong game where it's the first 4 stages are like the classic Donkey Kong stages, but they seem a little easier. Once you get past that, it's a whole nother game. Like each stage is like a puzzle where you have to Mario has to make his way up to find a key to open up it's awesome. If you like Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, fucking brilliant. That's a great one. I've been playing that. That's fucking great. But here we go, Cody. We've reached that magic moment. We're at the top.
All right.
We're ranking now.
It's the time of the show where we rank the top 10.
Oof. Wow. Amazing. Is it? I hate to say this. I don't want to air.
No, say
dirty.
it.
Because
air the dirty.
Though you don't do. That's not like the reading or playing video games solo. Yeah. There's not that many notes in that, right?
No.
And Colton called me the other night bawling.
Oh, he did?
Because he can play those notes.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people can play the notes. It's not a mystery what the notes are.
Right. He was so distraught that he couldn't live up to even that. Mm-hmm. And I just tried I said, I was like, buddy, nobody can. I tried to tell him that. But it just...
You hand him a piece of candy and a video game and tell him to just distract himself.
Right.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
Because look...
Give him a donut and a Switch.
Right. You can play those notes, but you can't get that Eddie Pence feel.
No.
That's just... There it is. Okay.
Everyone knows the notes that Hendrix is playing on the guitar, correct?
Good luck. You can't play him like him. Can't get that.
You can't play like him.
Soul to it. That's exactly right.
That's
exactly right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. The top 5 bands established before the 80s that survived the 80s. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. I'm basing this off Google findings. Blame Google if I cheated. He goes AC/DC, Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac, Zeppelin. #1 Rolling Stones, Longevity Alone. Mags goes Aerosmith, Madness, Motorhead, Pink Floyd, Queen. That's it for me, everybody. Take care, Colin Mags. Graham and Faye. Max. Dolly Parton, David Bowie, Genesis, Phil Collins, and the Police, Sting. Faye says these are all invalid picks, as she feels they are more artists and less band. I will leave this up to the evil commission to make the call. I say artist.
Okay.
It's all fine.
You made the call.
I made the call. #4, he goes Aerosmith, Def Leppard, a wash. Team Great White North could not quite reach quorum on these two, but I personally feel that the Yorkshire crew edges it out in the end, as they're literally still touring and always reinventing themselves. Give that man a hand. Perhaps we get a one-handed clap to Rick Allen. Harsh? Nah, fuck it. He beat his wife. Wife-beating piece of shit. Number 3, Rolling Stones. Although I've never been a huge fan of their work, you just cannot deny the longevity of the ultimate rock and roll band. There are literal stones that have rolled and worn down in the dust at the time they've been rocking. Perhaps we may see Keith Richards in the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm thinking that's a must-have. I'm thinking he must have super soldier serum running through his veins. Captain Formaldehyde. Then he posts a hilarious picture of Keith Richards wearing a T-shirt that says, "Who the fuck is Mick Jagger?" Number 2, AC/DC, our Australian hard rock powerhouse, owned the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. Not even the death of Bon Scott would slow them down. Besides, who else on the list has a literal soundtrack as an album? Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. There we go. Number 1, Rush, the Canadian trio that was even better live than worn out on my LPs. Combined, they were an insane amount of skill, talent, and pure Canadiana. Stay safe, Rambling Peeps. Ramble off, Graham and Faye, and rest in peace, Neil Peart. Also, see also fuck cancer. Stay safe, Rambling Peeps. Ramble off, Graham and Faye, Winnipeg. Hey, Michael Worman.
Worms.
Number 5, Eddie. Hope you're having an okay day, buddy. Hope you're doing all right, Eddie. Number 5, he says Kiss. Whatever you say about them, they were struggling at the beginning of the decade and slowly rebuilt themselves into their 90s reunion. Number 4, four-way tie, but I have an explanation. Black Sabbath, Floyd, Van Halen, Genesis. All these bands faced lead singer changes sometime in the 80s and thrived into the 90s. Journey's number 3. Number 2, Aerosmith, similar to Kiss, another band that was down and found new life halfway through the 80s. Number 1, Rush, the greatest trio. Rest in peace, Neil Peart. Rocha rocks. Thank you, Worms. Grady W. Smithy III. The Cars, The Who. The Moody Blues, David Bowie, Queen. Joe Capone goes Deep Purple, Judas Priest, Genesis, Cheap Trick, Aerosmith. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
Solid list.
Ramble 282, top 5 band names. Think we can do this, guys?
Top 5 band names?
Just names for a band. Top 5. I think we can do this. 282.
That sounds familiar. Have we done that before?
Have we done that? Maybe we have.
I think we did weird band names, right?
Didn't
Top
we do
5 weird
ones?
band names?
I thought.
Something like that?
Fuck it. We'll do
I don't
it
remember.
again. I don't remember. I looked at my list. I didn't see it.
We did somewhere where we did weird names.
Who's maintaining the Ramble Wikipedia that can
Yeah,
inform
someone's got to
us?
get on this.
We need a Ramble historian.
We do. Ramble historian. I thought, well, we'll know soon. And if we've done it, we'll just make it a wash and not do a top 5 next. We'll just read
Because
it.
I remember like putting forth some names.
Yeah, we did.
Right?
We did a deep dive on like punk rock names and shit.
Yeah.
Do we change it? Then let's change it. What is it? Let's do something else. Fuck it. What do we think? Because what do we think here?
Top 5. I mean, at this point, we could do top 5 Falcon Winter Soldier moments.
Let's do it. That's it. Eddie, good call.
Or maybe
Good
we did a
honorable.
Hall of Fame hat for band names. I think that might
That's
have
what
been
it
it.
was. That's what it was. You're right. Yep, I think it was Hall of Fame. But let's do top 5 Falcon and Winter. I forgot we'll be there.
Oh yeah.
We will be
top
there.
5. Eddie, great call. Top next. Fuck the band names. Top 5 Falcon and Winter Soldier moments. My number 5, Aerosmith. Eddie, you're number 5.
That's my number 5, Aerosmith.
Look at that, Cody. You're number 5. Are we gonna go 3 for 3?
I forgot to do this one.
All right.
So
And it's Aerosmith. 3 for 3.
it's Aerosmith, guys.
Yeah.
Yes. My number 4 was Queen. Eddie, your number 4?
I went ZZ Top.
Oh, good one. Great one. They even exploded bigger than ever. Good call. I forgot about them. My number 3, Rush.
Oh, good one. That's my number 2.
Ooh.
My number 3 is Motorhead.
Motorhead. Greatness. My number 2, Fleetwood Mac. Eddie, your number 2, Rush.
My number 2 is Rush.
And my number 1, who else could it have been? But, I mean, the Stones.
Yeah.
The Stones is my number 1. Who's your number 1?
Queen.
Queen, another great one. You can't deny. There we go. Look at that shit.
Oh, we did it.
Bam. Another Ramble.
We
Ramble
built
2.
this
We
Ramble.
said it. We built this Ramble on
We
rock.
built this Ramble. Rock and roll.
Oh, fuck yeah. Ramble 282, worst wrestling moment goes on the hat. Open, close, encore, the Rocky soundtracks. Top 5 Falcon and Winter Soldier moments. Ramble at theramblepod.com. Subscribe to us. Give us a 5-star rating. Positive text review. All that good shit. You know where to find us all. We love you all. Stay safe. Cody, rock that music. We'll see you next time, everybody.
We'll build this Ramble.
On rock and roll. There it is. There it is. I'm still a little shocked the Jet Wings are more embarrassing than the Bill Lambiering, the special needs.
It's pretty embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing.
Fucking A. I love it. I mean, and by the way, I knew that second one was going in. The minute I was like, oh, that's money.
Did
The
you
minute
look away? Did you start walking away?
I didn't. I had to make sure, but I knew it. But in my head, I'm like, I'm doing the wings. In fact, I was like, oh, I'm doing the wings. And then sure enough, fuck yeah. I knew that second one was going in. 2 for
Now,
12.
when you hit it, did they all come cheering to you, or did they go make fun of the other team for losing?
They came cheer to me. They cheered
Okay,
to
they
me.
came to you.
And I'm sure on the drive home.
And you were like pushing them away so you could do your
so I could
wings.
jet wing, yes.
Right, you were pushing them all away so you could do your Cam Newton Superman pose.
It's right there.
They're all
Oh
trying to
my-
celebrate with you, and you're like, get away, I need the spotlight.
Did that?
Superman.
Oh, God, how sad was that? Well, there we go. Thank you all for tuning in. We love you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, no, not tomorrow. We'll see you Friday for another
Friday.
Ramble Radio. We'll see you next week for more of these bad motherfuckers. Take care, everybody. We love you all. Stay safe.
Peace.